Will Roman Reigns return on WWE RAW tonight to cost Seth Rollins? Exploring possibilities. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For WWE Family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Want to stay up to date with all the wrestling news? Then subscribe to Star Sign Gossip channel and follow wrestling notifications on Google News. Seth Rollins will battle Finn Balor in the Elimination Chamber qualifying match. The OTC Roman Reigns has been absent from WWE programming since the Royal Rumble PLE, where he was brutally attacked by his former friend and Shield member Seth freakin' Rollins. On the other hand, Rollins is currently set to battle Judgment Day's leader Finn Balor in the final qualifying match on WWE RAW tonight. The winner of the match will be the final participant in the men's Elimination Chamber match and will join John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and Damian Priest at the match next month. Many fans and pundits are speculating Rollins to win the match given his storyline with CM Punk. However, fans are also pointing out the possibility of Roman Reigns making an appearance to exact his revenge on Rollins. As mentioned earlier, Reigns has been absent since the Rumble PLE, and on the Fallout episode of Monday Night Raw, 2/3, Michael Cole announced that the OTC would be out of action for the foreseeable future. However, the injuries were not revealed as Reigns and Heyman refused to make that news public. There is a possibility of Reigns making an appearance during tonight's show in Charlotte, North Carolina to cost Rollins the qualifying match against Balor. There are other possibilities for the match, including interference from Balor's Judgment Day stable. However, Reigns' appearance might not come to fruition, especially considering the reports that suggest that he will likely be out of action until the Elimination Chamber PLE. It also makes more sense for Rollins to enter the Chamber match and continue the storyline with Punk. General Manager Adam Pearce has announced a Women's Intercontinental Championship No-One Contender match for tonight's show. Ahead of tonight's show, General Manager Adam Pearce announced more matches and segments for the show tonight, which will emanate from the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina, USA. Among those announcements was the announcement of a #1 contenders match between Ivy Nile and Dakota Kai for the Women's Intercontinental title, which is currently being held by Lyra Valkyria. Apart from the clash, Pearce also announced appearances from Sami Zayn and WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Bianca Belair and Naomi. Zayn will address Kevin Owens' challenge of a match at the Elimination Chamber PLE in Toronto. Belair and Naomi are expected to confront Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who were seen in a video taken after Jade Cargill's November 2024 backstage attack, where she was being loaded into an ambulance. Will Roman Reigns make an appearance on tonight's show to cost Seth Rollins the match? Who, in your opinion, was behind the attack on Jade Cargill? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. Roman Reigns to return on WWE RAW and help Judgment Day member for one massive reason? Exploring the possibility. Roman Reigns has not returned to WWE TV since his loss in the men's Royal Rumble match. Seth Rollins unleashed an attack on Reigns following the match and delivered a couple of stomps, which led to WWE announcing that the latter would be out of action for the foreseeable future. However, Roman Reigns could make his return this week on Raw to help Finn Balor defeat Seth Rollins in the Elimination Chamber qualifying match. The final spot in the men's Elimination Chamber match is still open, and Rollins vs. Balor is set to determine the final participant. While Seth Rollins is being speculated to win and qualify for the match, considering his run over the past few months, things could turn around to leave the world surprised. There are a number of possible ways in which the match could end, leaving the world talking. However, the most surprising way would be Roman Reigns making his return to help Balor win the match with a potential distraction or interference. Further, after the match, the undisputed tribal chief could unleash an assault on the former world heavyweight champion, delivering a response to his actions at the Royal Rumble. This could eventually build a massive storyline between the two ahead of WrestleMania, which the WWE Universe has been eagerly waiting for. WWE could further make a match between the bitter rivals official, possibly at WrestleMania 41, with their deep history boosting the excitement among fans. Roman Reigns vs. Seth Rollins might be a triple threat match at WrestleMania. The undisputed tribal chief and the visionary might not lock horns in a singles match at the shows. The man who eliminated them from the men's Royal Rumble match, CM Punk, might also get involved in their match at WrestleMania. Rumors of CM Punk getting added to Reigns vs. Rollins to make it a triple threat match have been making rounds on the internet lately. The Best in the World's edition could turn out to be a massive decision, boosting the excitement among fans for the match. Time will tell what WWE has in store for all three men ahead of WrestleMania. Seth Rollins to turn heel and reveal himself as the leader of major WWE faction. Possibility explored. Former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins is among the top superstars in the promotion. The road to the 2025 Elimination Chamber continues with tonight's episode of Raw. The Visionary has a second chance as he faces Finn Balor in a Chamber qualifier match on the Red brand, with the winner becoming the final member of this year's Chamber match. Despite being the favorite to advance to the 2025 Men's Elimination Chamber match by defeating Finn Balor, if the Visionary loses, he might turn heel. The company has been planting seeds for Rollins' heel turn for weeks, and hints of it were noticed during the Men's Royal Rumble when he snapped at Roman Reigns. In terms of possibilities, Seth Rollins could turn heel and emerge as the leader of the new Shield. At the 2025 Vengeance Day, the WWE Universe was surprised when anonymous wrestlers attacked several champions, including Oba Femi. No names were revealed for the group, however, their appearance was inspired by the Shield. The Hounds of Justice had a similar debut back in 2012, which led fans to call them the New Shield. In a surprising turn, the New Shield could potentially create similar chaos on the Red brand, with Seth Rollins revealing himself as the leader of the group, kicking off a heated feud with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. That said, the angle proposed above is speculative, and fans will need to stay tuned to see how things unfold. Roman Reigns takes shots at Seth Rollins following the 2025 Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns had a tough outing at the 2025 Royal Rumble, and the tension between the former Shield brothers is far from over. The original Tribal Chief is the official cover star of the WWE 2K25 game. Recently, Roman Reigns reacted to the gameplay of WWE 2K25 on IGN's YouTube channel, where the OTC stated that Seth Rollins is a clinger and hasn't been able to move on with his life. Reigns then listed the accomplishments he has achieved as a singles star. With WrestleMania 41 on the horizon, it will be interesting to see what plans the Triple H-led creative team has in store for Rollins in the coming weeks. Triple H paying minimum $200,000, $300K to WWE stars, while Roman Reigns and John Cena earn millions, is what UFC fighters have been begging Dana White for. Triple H makes a revolution in his WWE era, as he makes the lives of his wrestlers better, while MMA fighters suffer from the UFC's exploitation. In recent years, Paul Triple H Levesque has become the most important person in WWE right now, and his creative direction has transformed the organization to a whole other level. From finding fresh talents to creating emotionally gripping storylines, the stark change has left Vince McMahon's dictating vision in dust, showcasing how entertainment wrestling can be exciting to watch. What has caught the attention of the fans is how, under the leadership of the game, it has improved the standard of living for its employees. Recently, fresh reports circulating the internet provide insight into the pay culture, which may be significantly higher than its competitors. This change in the system has been noticed by combat sports enthusiasts, as the low pay in Dana White's UFC has been a conversation topic for ages. WWE's bare minimum paycheck is the dream of every UFC talent. For ages, it was forecast that Triple H would be the righteous successor to Vince McMahon and his multi-billion-dollar business, WWE. Fast forward to 2025, and the prediction seems to be true because of how he has revolutionized the sport, earning new deals and giving more lucrative offers to his employees. While some top talents take home massive paychecks, the company did not forget about its other talents, as they have improved their minimum wage. According to exclusive reports from Fightful Select's Patreon via WrestleOps on X, the base pay for the main roster of a WWE talent ranges from $200,000 to $300,000, where some talents even earn millions. On one hand, the cerebral assassin looks after the locker room, improving their standard of living. On the other hand lies Dana White's UFC, which has become notorious for making the lives of the MMA fighters miserable by exploiting them to the fullest. The company has become one of the most named organizations in the sports industry, where the high adrenaline fights inside the octagon have always appealed to the fans. However, in the past, the company has underpaid its talents, whereas the reports from The Guardian mentioned how UFC would lock fighters into restrictive long-term contracts. The downside of this whole contract is that it effectively suppressed the wages, making their lives a living nightmare, thus leading to 2 antitrust lawsuits against UFC. Reports coming from ESPN in 2024 stated how the Nevada judge, Richard Franklin Boulware II, issued preliminary approval for a $375 million settlement to conclude the first of 2 antitrust lawsuits against them, finally ending the decade-long litigation. The lawsuit dates back over a decade, in 2024, when Zuffa was accused of violating the antitrust laws, which violated the regulations of paying less to the fighter than what they were entitled to. The lawsuit also allegedly mentioned how Ultimate Fighting Championship had gained an unfair disadvantage in the MMA industry by using anti-competitive tactics and maintaining monopsony power in the MMA market. The WWE Universe voiced their opinion on the new nominal pay. Despite making a few creative missteps in its storyline, it has often been in the good books of the fans. Time and again, the WWE Universe has praised the company for making positive changes, as they had long been bored of the traditional wrestling idea that followed the series. With the reports of the new pay circulating the internet, the fans supported the positive work environment with a thumbs up, and how they would like to become a part of the locker room as well. The fans commented, "If this X-Men rumor about Dwayne Johnson is true, say goodbye to Roman Reigns vs. The Rock WrestleMania match for now." In simple terms, Marvel's X-Men is reportedly looking at a commitment that could potentially clash with WWE's plans for Dwayne Johnson. There are moments in life when the pieces just don't fall into place. When the clock ticks a little too fast and the timing feels off. That's the vibe we get when we look at the current state of Dwayne Johnson's career, torn between the wrestling ring and Hollywood. With rumors circulating that Marvel Studios is keen on casting him in a pivotal role for their upcoming X-Men reboot, we may have to press pause on the long-awaited WrestleMania dream match we've all been salivating over, Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Indeed, if this rumor holds any truth, we could say goodbye to that long-awaited showdown between the 2 Samoan Titans at the grand stage of WrestleMania. Why, you ask? Because if The Rock steps into Apocalypse's shoes, he might not have the time to go toe-to-toe with his cousin, Roman Reigns, on the grandest stage of them all. The Rock to embody Apocalypse, Marvel Studios set sights on X-Men's legendary villain. Marvel Studios is reportedly eyeing Dwayne Johnson to take on the villainous role of Apocalypse in their highly anticipated X-Men reboot. This isn't just some fan theory or idle speculation, there's serious chatter that Marvel sees The Rock as the perfect fit to embody the powerful villain who has been part of the X-Men lore for decades. Fans might recall that Apocalypse was last portrayed by Oscar Isaac in X-Men Apocalypse, but with Isaac already locked into the MCU as Moon Knight, a fresh face is required to fill this colossal role. And who better than the man who's already conquered Hollywood as Black Adam? For Johnson, this could be a pivotal moment. Despite the movie's disappointing box office performance, his role as Black Adam marked his first real foray into the world of superhero films. But it's safe to say that the DCU left him with a sour taste, and the shifting sands of the superhero genre in Hollywood have him looking for new opportunities. Will The Rock's Marvel commitments derail his WrestleMania showdown with Roman Reigns? WWE isn't going to let The Rock step into a dream WrestleMania match with Roman Reigns without a long build-up. A match like that would require months, likely even a year of storytelling, back and forth, promos, and character development to give it the weight it deserves. But with his potential MCU commitments, particularly if he lands the role of Apocalypse, The Rock might not have the bandwidth for such an intense, long-term engagement with WWE. In simple terms, Marvel's X-Men is looking at a commitment that could potentially clash with WWE's plans for The Rock. Given Dwayne Johnson's status as Hollywood's top draw, it's easy to see how the scales might tip in favor of the MCU over a single match at WrestleMania. After all, it's not just about the wrestling fans, it's about what makes the most sense for Johnson's career trajectory. In theory, it's not impossible for The Rock to juggle both worlds. Sure, he's no stranger to working on multiple projects at once. But the reality is that with Marvel's big play for him, the timing of it all may not line up with WWE's plans. The idea of a year-long storyline leading up to the clash of Reigns and The Rock at the biggest event in wrestling might have to wait a little longer than fans would hope. 3 WWE stars Dominic Mysterio can add to the Judgment Day on Raw this week. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For WWE Family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Amid tension with Finn Balor in the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio is looking for ways to fix the situation and turn things around. It will not be easy for Dirty Dom to fix things for the faction, as Balor appears to be out of control, while JD McDonough will miss several weeks to recover from injury. Bringing in new members has been a topic of discussion in Judgment Day lately, even though the former Universal Champion is strongly opposed to the idea. With that in mind, we take a look at 3 stars that Dominic Mysterio could bring to the Judgment Day as early as this Monday on Raw. 3. Aleister Black is expected to return to WWE soon. Aleister Black, along with Miro and Ricky Starks, became available to move to WWE upon their departure from AEW, since there was reportedly no no-compete clause in their AEW releases. Starks has already signed with WWE and appeared on last Tuesday's episode of NXT, while the same could happen with Miro and Black as early as this Monday on WWE RAW. Black could show up on the red brand for the first time in nearly 4 years and join the Judgment Day in a move that would make his transition from AEW to WWE smoother. On that occasion, Black would return as a heel, and Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor would find a great tag team partner that would help them bring the World Tag Team titles back to the group on Raw. 2. Miro could come back to WWE with Lana. According to reports, there have been active discussions within WWE Creative about Aleister Black and Miro, which means that they should appear in WWE soon. Miro Akarusev could have a backstage segment with Dominic Mysterio and become the newest member of the Judgment Day. This could open the way for Lana's return as well, who could come back in her former role as her ex-husband's manager. Lana and Rusev's addition would make sense for Dominic Mysterio and the faction, as it would help Lana reunite with the former Women's World Champion Liv Morgan as well. The two had a storyline back in 2019, which featured Miro too, and the three could now work together again. 1. Karrion Kross could have a backstage segment with Dominik Mysterio. Karrion Kross is direly in need of a new direction and a new storyline to work with. The reason is that the Final Testament no longer exists on the Red brand after WWE released Paul Ellering and the AOP. The Final Testament had a feud with the Wyatt Six, which came to an end abruptly after they moved to SmackDown. Now, Karrion Kross and his wife, Scarlett, will either have to move on to singles competition or have to find a new faction to join. The best solution for all concerned could be the duo joining the Judgment Day. With Kross being a heel, he could have a backstage segment with Dominik Mysterio and agree to join the Judgment Day. He could be a valuable addition, while his wife, Scarlett, would join Liv and Raquel, helping make the duo even more unstoppable.